Hello everyone, welcome to Venus Mahadasha Antardashas. On this video, I'm looking at the 9 sub-periods you will experience during your long 20 years of Venus Mahadasha. I have all the details for you, including understanding of how to read this in your own chart. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Let's begin. This video is a complement to the video already on my channel, Venus Mahadasha, with readings from your rising sign and sign of Venus also. I will put the link below. In this video right now, we're going to go through the 9 antardasha or bhukti periods and show you how they will be for you. But please remember, although we judge by the karaka significance of Venus and the antardasha lord, we can only judge for good or for bad in your situation by looking at your chart itself and judging from the position of Venus. Let me show you how. So when judging any bhukti in Venus Mahadasha, your D1 is your standpoint, your first point of reference, but after that, be sure to check D9, D10 if you like, and even if you can do D60. So in these charts, you see the position of Venus and you count how many houses from Venus has a bhukti lord gone. For example, if you're in Venus Mars and Venus is in Aries and Mars is in Gemini, it will be 1, 2, 3 houses away. Let me show you how to judge this. The most favorable bhukti lord houses to be from Venus are the 4th house from Venus, 5th house from Venus, 9th and 10th house. When the bhukti antardasha lord is in these houses, you can expect that Venus will be able to activate to the highest capacity to bring you the most favorable indications. But watch out for the bhukti periods which are more challenging. When the bhukti lord is placed in the 6th house from Venus, 7th from Venus, 8th and 12th house, you need to put remedies into place to mitigate some of the difficulties. Once again, check my Venus Mahadasha video for all the remedies you need. Finally, you will get mixed results, some good and some difficult, when the antardasha lord is in the same house as Venus, 2nd to Venus, 3rd and 11th house to Venus. Venus, the antardasha of Venus in Venus Mahadasha lasts for 3 years and 4 months. So the double pleasure of Venus in our life, how will it be? Surely it will be good. Well, for some people it is. It's very good. And for some people, it's not good at all. So let me show you how it's going to go for you. It's all to do with the fact that the beginning of this Mahadasha for 2 years, that's most of this 3-year period, is still Dasha Sandhi. Ketu has control of you and Ketu is headless. Venus wants the pleasure. Ketu doesn't know what he's doing. You can see where it's all going to go. So very often, unless your Venus is really strong for you and you can contain that Ketu energy, this is a difficult period to get through in one piece. But for everybody, Venus will increase Venetian factors in your life. Venus is karaka, of course, for love and romance, but all to do with family life. So very often marriage opportunities occur, particularly in male chart. There's a real chance of a strong attachment developing to somebody at this time. Also, new friendships are very often seen. It's about opening to others with your heart, becoming closer. Strong attachments can be formed. Childbirth is very likely as well. Venus is about pleasure in life though, food and drink, clothes, vehicles, etc. All of these things can become available to you because very often Venus increases availability of income as well. These are all very good things in our lives, so you might be wondering why I'm saying there's a problem. There's a problem because if Venus is not in a strong house in your chart, you may get these things, but they can become more problematic than good for you. So basically, Venus is strongly placed in your charts when he is in the 1st house, 4th house, 5th house, 11th and 12th house. Those are the best houses in your D1, D9 or even D60. The more you have Venus strongly placed, the better you can cope with these advantages, and the more harmonious will be the outcome. Venus is not well placed, however, in the 3rd house, 6th house, 8th house, and 10th house. In these houses, Venus struggles, and you can expect that you may get all of these opportunities, but you waste them, or you just can't gel with these new people in your life. It just doesn't suit you, or you go over the top with food and drink, etc. I've seen people put on a lot of weight, actually. Weight issues can develop in this Venus for many people. So opportunities are there, but sometimes you can't make the most of them when Venus is not so well placed in your chart. Next comes the Venus-Sun period, 1 year in length. Be cautious. This period is 1 year, basically pretty much like being in a pressure cooker. Okay? The sun is heat and it's evaporating the water of Venus. It's full on now. All of a sudden, obstacles are there. There's pressure on you. Who from? From the sun, from superiors, from your boss, from your father even, family members. All of a sudden, everybody's putting obstacles, criticizing, giving you a difficult time. Who gets the worst of it? If you don't have Venus and Sun in a good relation in a Varga chart. Because D1 chart, mostly Venus and Sun are always near to each other, not far apart by house. If you have Venus and Sun combust in your D1 particularly, watch your health. The stress level could go over the top and could be very damaging indeed. Take time for relaxation. So expect contention, expect obstacles, and try to stay calm in this period. After the stresses, and even for some people a sense of isolation in Venus-Sun, Venus-Moon can be welcome. This 1 year, 8 months restores harmony to many people's lives. The better the relationship between the Moon and Venus in your chart, the more you can make of this. For everybody, there is a chance to restore harmony. You become more emotionally stable. People are supporting you, and domestic life can go very well. You can move home. Very often I've seen home changes in this period. You can have childbirth, definitely. Children are a big part of your life in this Venus Moon. On the other hand, when Venus and the Moon are not well placed by house to each other, domestic changes will be there, but they won't go so smoothly. There can be family contention, particularly with your mother. And generally speaking, you're feeling a bit emotionally upset almost all the time. But again, the strength of the Moon in your birth chart will help you with this. The stronger your Moon is going towards full Moon, the least disturbing it will be. So Venus Moon is, of course, a very sociable time as well. Reaching out to other people, to your family members, sharing with them, no matter what the aspect of the Moon to Venus, will always bring out the very best part of this Bhukti period. Next up, everyone, you will come to Venus-Mars, 1 year and 2 months. Now, on paper, Venus and Mars are neutral to each other, but in actual fact, I've seen they fire up each other mega time. The fire of Mars, the water of Venus, it's explosive. In this 1 year, 2 months, there will be a real determination to have your own way. You become motivated, selfish, and most of all, passionate. So, Venus-Mars together can increase your sexual desire. There can be love affairs, infatuations, all sorts going on, depending on how they are situated in your chart. But for everybody, you can expect that Venus-Mars will increase your willpower to make changes. I've seen people just up and leave a job in this Venus-Mars. But if you look before you leap, you can make good moves as long as you prepare your ground. If Venus and Mars are in a good placement to each other, you can do good business deals. You can get innovation. You can become inspired. You take a risk because Mars increases this risk-taking ability, and it can pay off with lucrative financial incentives for you. But on the other hand, if Mars is not well placed to Venus, you will still take a risk, but it won't pay off. Watch your health too, because Mars is the blood flowing in our veins, and Venus-Mars can lead to infections, fevers, etc. It can also lead to food poisoning, I've seen, sometimes also. Next up is Venus Rahu, 3 years, the most intense and important 3 years in the whole Mahadasha. This is the turning point. Rahu is the linchpin on which this whole Mahadasha will change. Rahu is the karmic axis of our life, and he is a great friend to Venus. The combination of Venus and Rahu will fulfill your desires. I've seen this. Venus Rahu gives you what you've wanted for so long. It's almost magical the way it happens, the way the doors just open up in front of people. In fact, it can be even scary because you wanted something for so long and all of a sudden there it is. Whoa, what do you do? That can be the reaction of some people because they just can't believe it. So be prepared for big changes in your life. Venus Rahu can manifest your desires definitely, and the better the relationship between them in your chart, the easier it will be for you. But you will still have the opportunities even if they are not well placed, but it won't be as easy. You will have to make uncomfortable decisions, uncomfortable changes to make the most of these situations. So Rahu will give you the opportunity to get what you want. This could be relationship wise, it could be business wise, it could be in a job, it could be even changing your social circle. Rahu is revolution in your life of how you are as a person as well. Particularly if you are female, I've seen Rahu Venus can change your whole appearance. You start to look differently, you dress differently, you even seem like a new person. Very commonly seen for everybody is foreign travel. Rahu is foreign cultures, new vistas, somewhere strange but exciting. So Rahu will always open you up to the new in every way. In fact, that's the key to Venus Rahu, looking to the future, not the past. No matter how disturbing these changes will be in your life for some of you, it's so important that you look to the future, not to the past at this time. Venus Jupiter, 2 years, 8 months. This is an excellent period despite the fact that Venus and Jupiter are not good together. In one sense, it gives you a real period of support. People are there to support you if you reach out to them, particularly teachers, gurus, advisors, husband, if you are female, can support you tremendously in this time. If there is a good aspect between Jupiter and Venus, this can be very helpful, and wealth and material factors can be very good. But when Venus and Jupiter have a difficult house placement between them, the support is there, but you don't take it. There's a real lack of direction I've seen. Venus and Jupiter being two benefics, if they are not well placed to each other, you lack direction in life. You're going down the path, but you're not sure anymore if you're actually going in the right direction. There's some deep inner conflict in your being at this time. And financially, if Jupiter and Venus are not well placed together, be really cautious. There can be serious losses at this time. It's even a time of extravagance, so you need to be careful. Finally, it goes without saying, though, that for everybody at this time, the chances of having children are increased because Venus is childbirth. Jupiter brings increase into the area he aspects or the planet he is working with. And Jupiter, of course, is children. So very often, childbirth, increased family is often seen at this time. Venus-Saturn period, 3 years and 2 months. Now, where there has been lack of direction in Venus-Jupiter, Venus-Saturn will stabilize your life. Venus and Saturn, they're very good friends to each other. Saturn wouldn't be Saturn without some obstacles, however, but Venus will help you deal with them. If Saturn and Venus have a good aspect to each other, your life becomes focused, more routine, more steady. You know what you have to do and you're doing it. You're not going off track. Very often you're not traveling too much. You're much more stable. And Saturn can give you promotion in this Venus period. Saturn can get you to the top of where you want to go, but only with consistent hard work. Key factor about Venus Saturn I've always seen is taking responsibility. Saturn always brings difficult karmas back to us because that's what his purpose is, to bring back these karmas according to his sign in your chart. So the difficult karmas may be there. There may be loss, there may be problems, there may be obstacles, there may be a great deal of weight on your shoulder. But by taking responsibility, acting in a traditional, dutiful way, Saturn Venus can give tremendous rewards, actually. And one of the best rewards is that people look on you in a favorable light in this time, and you can improve relationships with many people in your life. So Venus Saturn gets you support. No matter what the burdens are, I've seen this. Take that support. It's there to help you. So after the seriousness, responsibility, and very much focus period of Venus-Saturn, things lighten up in your life. It's Venus-Mercury, 2 years and 10 months of change. Yes, people travel a lot, people change occupation, new jobs come in, new friendships come in, and definitely your life lightens up. There's a curiosity in Venus Mercury. They are very good friends to each other. You want to do something different. That's the key. You want to travel. You want to do something which you've not done before. You feel more youthful. There's a very youthful energy to Venus Mercury, and your health will improve tremendously as well if you've had health difficulties, which is very common in Venus Saturn. So this is a lightening up time in your life. If you are in education, it's superb normally. If there is a good aspect from Mercury to Venus, you do very well in all sorts of education, particularly skill-based. And if you want to go back into education, there could be no better time. So Venus Mercury is a time for not being afraid to just push out the boat and do something completely different. When Venus and Mercury are not well placed to each other, they'll be really careful about financial situations, especially I've seen when they are conjunct in the chart, you see, because everything's going so well, you don't look carefully at the small print, okay? Mercury has a deceptive aspect to it, so be really careful what you're doing with your money, what savings account you are putting things into. Venus Mercury can make you overlook things, make you not read fully any contract you are entering into. One thing to note in this period. Finally, you arrive at Venus Ketu, 1 year, 2 months, the end of Venus Dasha. Now, at the very last few months, you're in, of course, Dasha Sandhi, getting ready for the powerful Sun Mahadasha. So Ketu's purpose is to prepare you for that. This door is closing now on Venus. So what tends to happen, strangely enough, people come back from the past. I've seen this. You meet people you haven't seen for many years in this Venus Ketu. Even family members who you've not spoken to for a long time, there they are in your life again in Venus Ketu. What's it all about? It's about changing the situation, letting the old scores be settled. Where there's been misunderstandings, making them up. So it's all about revisiting the past, Venus Ketu, but making amends for past difficulties if you can. But if you can't, because Venus Ketu are in a difficult aspect to each other, you must let the past go, because that's what Ketu is all about, letting things go, not clinging on. And when he's with Venus, it means letting go of attachments. So sometimes you have to let old friendships go. Sometimes you have to put an end to family quarrels by just letting things be and not being involved in them anymore. So this sort of detachment is absolutely necessary in this Venus Ketu, getting you ready for the powerful period of Sun Mahadasha. Another factor I've seen many times in Venus Ketu is you go somewhere that you've been before. You see, Ketu is the past life, but often past in this very life. You revisit a place you've left before. You go back to complete something you hadn't completed before. I've seen this quite a few times. At the end of Venus Mahadasha, you're tying up loose ends. So maybe a friend who you've not seen for many years, all of a sudden they are back in your life and you're tying up loose ends. This sort of thing is extremely common in this Venus Ketu. On your screen now, Venus Mahadasha in full detail, including remedies. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now. God bless everyone.